Those at the top say comradeship reigns in the army. The truth of this is seen in the cookhouse. In their hearts should be the self same courage, but on their plates are two kinds of rations. When it comes to marching, many do not know that their enemy is marching at their head. The voice which gives them their orders is their enemy's voice, and the man who speaks of the enemy is the enemy himself. It is night, the married couples lie in their beds, the young women will bear orphans. General, your tank is a powerful vehicle. It smashes down forest and crushes 100 men, but it has one defect. It needs a driver. General, your bomber is powerful. It flies faster than a storm and carries more than an elephant, but it has one defect. It needs a mechanic. General, man is very useful. He can fly and he can kill, but he has one defect. He can think. The German authorities declared that in the army, every soldier was treated as comrade. Comrade means friend or trusted companion. And army was the perfect example for this comradeship. But the truth was seen in the cookhouse. Cookhouse means kitchen. In their heart should be the self-same courage, means in all the people, either at the higher post in the army or the lower post, in their heart they were having the same type of courage. But when the time came, but on their plates, when the time came for their food, are two kinds of ration. They got two different types of food in their plates. It means they were not treated equally in army. So if one wants to know the truth, they only had to visit the army canteen where the ordinary soldiers were served ordinary food while the German generals were eating lavish meal. There was inequality even in the army. When army marched for war or battle, they did not realize that their own leaders were their real enemies, not the people of the nation they were marching against. They did not realize that those leaders who commanded them to march against the enemy were their real enemies, and the leader who talked about enemies of their nation were their real enemies. These soldiers were so simple and they were tricked, and they had been brainwashed into participating in wars which had no benefits for them or their country. They did not realize that the war were fought to satisfy the egos of authorities, and they were mere the pawns at the hands of the generals. At night, the married German couples lay happily in their beds. Their young wives are not aware that their husbands will be called to march against the enemy at any time. They may also be killed in someone else's war. They did not realize that they will bear orphans because of their husbands would get killed in the wars. The poet addresses all the high ranking officers of the army who command the soldiers and plot war strategies. The poet tells the generals that though their tanks are powerful vehicles which smash down forests, crushed hundreds of soldiers, they have one defect: they need a driver. They are useless unless they can be driven by a human being. Again, the poet tells the general that his bomber, means airplanes, is a very powerful machine. It can fly as fast as speed than a stormy wind and carry heavier loads than an elephant easily. However, it is useless unless a mechanic, that is a human being or a worker from lower strata of the society, can be found to make it ready to fly. That is the only defect it has. The poet tells General that he should not underestimate the talents of the common men and ordinary working class men. This common man do many useful in wars, but this common man has a defect, that is, he can think. He warned the generals or the higher authorities that men's ability to think, to analyze, make them also powerful. They have the ability to think rather than to mindlessly follow instructions, and because of this, they may not turn out to be as reliable as they think. Poet warns them of human capability of thought. He assumes that the ability to think will make men refuse to obey heinous commands from the authorities who ask them to kill other men in name of war. Once a man realizes the futility or uselessness of war and all its disastrous consequences, he will definitely refuse to take part in war. The common man will ultimately realize that they are not fighting their own wars, but they are fighting the wars for the selfish motives of army generals. Hence, the poet suggests that it is better to put an end to the wars.